Hey, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It's a rare moment. I've decided to come live today and do a bit of stitching and just hang out. So if you're around, great. And if you're watching the replay, that's awesome too. So I need to do a little bit of catching up because I haven't been doing a whole lot. And today's a good day. So I didn't see anybody else on. So I thought, what the heck? Let's go for it. So I have been working on my um, scroll. Hi, Kathy. And I thought I would do a little bit of update and chat with everybody and say hello. And I got my room a bit rearranged and a little bit more of uh, table space and still trying to figure out the camera thing, but it'll get there. It will get there. So I saw Kathy posting today on her scroll, and it's like, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything. I can't say I haven't done anything. I've been doing other things, but that's all right. I can show them another time because today I want to work a little bit on my scroll. So I've been putting it off because, well, one, I haven't been feeling all that great, and two, I've got so much other stuff that's been happening, and it's that time of the year. Hi, Lisa. Um, if you'd be so nice to share this out, I didn't get a chance to share out a lot of places. I did share out some. I do want to share out one more place before we get started here and get this done. Let's share. I'm sorry about this, but you just got to do what you got to do. Let's see. I will post here. Come on, you can do it. All right. There we are. All right. So we have a lot of things that's, like I said, been going on. But it's all right. We're going to work with it and we're going to do the best we can in between everything else. My mornings have not been the best. My joints and, are having a little bit of issues, and my breathing was a little bit of issues in the mornings. So I thought today's a good day. So let's just take a peek through. I'm not going to go through very much. I just have some of my stuff here, and then it started to slow down in April because so much was happening in April. Had surgery and all that stuff. So I just basically appliqued some of the stuff I had. And then May, we did a little bit of stuff and we went on a holiday to BC. And that's where I ended attaching. So we'll put that aside. It took me almost an hour to find my pieces. It was like, oh my God, what did I do with them? So we ended in May, and then we came to June and July, and I went fly fishing. So I started doing that. I got my tree to work on. I did some stamping. So that was June and July. It was just, it was nice and sunny, and I just thought it would be fun to just stamp and do some um ink tents and different things on my scrolls. My needle is still stuck there to say, finish me. So we do have that. And then I moved into August and September, planted some tomato plants. I still have to finish stitching that. It just kind of stopped. August, that was kind of it. And then my birthday, which was my retirement birthday, and I got glasses, and that was so much happening in September. And then lots of other things happened in September. A lot of people don't know, but a lot of my life has been pretty rough. A little bit hard, I should say, not exactly rough, but before moving out to Alberta. And then I won't go into too much detail, but come out here to live with my son. And look at that. It's going to get the lines again. Every time I move it, it gets lines. Um, and I went through a divorce in the process. So, not a lot of people know that, but everything came final in September. So, with that, I also went back to my maiden name, which a lot of people don't know. So, if you do have my address, it is my last name is pronounced because some people were asking. It's called Weslosky. Weslosky. So, as my mom would say, WES and whistle the rest. So if you can't say Weslosky, just say Wes. It's simple as that. So that I want to add on to my September. So I did go back to my maiden name. So I'm going to just put this on here and I will stitch this. And yes, I'm using a pen. It doesn't matter. It's all fine. So you will notice on my Facebook that my name has changed. I haven't changed. I'm still me, but just my last name has changed. So you'll see that my picture here matches my picture pretty much everywhere. And that's how you will know it's me. Plus, I got the My Quiet Corner thing going on. So everything will happen in my quiet corner. So anything from working on 10 Peaks designs to my own stuff. Um, it's just my little area, my little corner. So you'll be seeing a lot of different things. You'll be seeing some leatherworking. You'll see stuff pop up like that. So much has gone on. So let's get to some stitching. We're now into October, and I have decided that I am going to put October, November, and December on this scroll, on this piece of it. And then afterwards, I will stitch it all together. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, life does happen, Lisa. It sure does. So, you know, i- going through a lots of different things, and that's how a lot of my other scrolls came about was just stitching what I was going through, the different things and memories. That's how my scrolls come about. So, we're going to do October. October was a lot of fun. It was a lot of courthouse running to get all my paperwork and everything. And do you know how much trouble it is to do a name change? Holy crap! You know you got to do your name change. You got to wait for your official papers, which I got, and then you go to the courthouse. You pick that stuff up. Then you try to do and get through everything. Oh my God! I need this piece of ID. Yes, but this is a judge's signature on this official document. But we need to see your license. Well, I won't get that until, down the line. It's like everybody wants this document, that document. It's like, come on, what are we doing? It's like, oh my gosh. and you can't get one without the other. So, and it's a waiting game. It is definitely a waiting game. I'm trying to get my other pen to write here. I think it died. Oh, well, we'll go back to the other one. So, such is life. Now I'm moving my light around here to try and get a good lighting. Oh, that looks a little better. So yeah, so you gotta don't forget your insurances, your phone, you can't change your bills until you get your license, and it's like, all right. But in amongst all that, yes, Kathy, it's we're there. We are there. So that's kind of, a lot of stressors, and the stressors, they do affect me in multiple ways. So, but we're going to work on October. So we've got October. And I'm going to put these randomly because it's all going to blur into one. Because November is going to be very busy for me. We'll be doing all of our markets, and those are coming up. That's right, Lisa. You have to look at the positive side. All you can do is laugh because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the government it just makes it so difficult for a lot of things. And I'm going to put December over here. So, when you're doing your scrolls, you don't have to rush and do everything all at once. You can put your bits and pieces down, lay it out, do your memories. If you do journal keeping, that's a good way of taking what has happened throughout that day or throughout that month, and then you can put your highlights that you stitch onto your scroll. So we've got October. What has happened in October? Well, the end of September was my name change. October, I joined a Halloween. Hey, April, I joined a Halloween or an autumn fall swap for November. So that's going to work out to match in between October and November. Hi, Brenda. It's nice to see everybody coming in. So I did some cards for this ATC swap. This is what they are. This is what I did. These are my ATCs. Don't mind my hands. They're all dried out and from staining and all that kind of stuff. So I created some ATCs. And I'm going to use the idea of some of these ATCs and put them onto my scroll. So these are what I've got. These are what my trade will be. So I know everybody has seen these. I posted these around because I was quite happy I got them done, So I'm going to pick one or two and try and emulate them onto my scroll. And I'm thinking this guy and this guy. So I think that's what I will put onto my scroll. Let's put these off to the side so you can see, because that's what happened the end of this month. So we're going to take him and Now, you can also take when you're doing this, you can take this and use your ink tints and your or watercolors or whatever you have, markers. You can use markers on your fabric and color him in and then stitch the highlights. Yeah, I really like how that's watercolor. That is actually watercolor. And ATC is a card that's 2.5 by 3.5. Artist trading card. Yep, ATC. So I went and put these put all of these things on. I had these partially done, and then I thought, oh, I'll just cut up this background I had watercolor on, and it'd be perfect. So that's how they came about. But if you're new to my channel, I do a little bit of everything. Now these aren't going to be identical, but they'll be close. Um, I like to do watercoloring. I draw. I do mixed media collage. I love to make journals, which is my passion is now getting my leather covers onto the text blocks that I've made. So I have that. Um, I love to stitch, and I've done this. This is my third year doing a scroll, but I do other things too. Um, what else do we do? I do a little bit of beading. I'm looking around bobbin lace. I love to do bobbin lace. Uh, I do random stuff. Like I have this book. I don't know if anybody follows Seaweed Kisses, but I really like to watch her too. And I love to just collect um, different stickers from everywhere and put them in the book. So I like to do this. And one day I'll just do a random flip of this book because it's only this far and it's just everything like random. So I've done that. I do like to do some major kind of stitching. I've done this. I have the seasons like in the corners of this. So you've got your spring, summer, winter, and fall. I've done all the stitching on this, and they are fun to look through. I have so many. I used to do lots of postcard swaps, and I had so many of those, but I couldn't keep them all when I moved, so a lot of them had to go. But you do and you take and you do what you can. I love to do. I'm making my own stickers now as well, so I'll be having some of my channel stickers and different things like that. When I do happy mails or anything, I will put some stickers in that I've created. We've been playing on a 3D printing machine, and we've got the lasers. It's my son's, but I get to play with it. And what else have we done? Oh, there is something else that I do want to do, and I have these turtles, and I want to do some tiny stitching and tiny lace and put them in here and have necklaces or journal jewelry or something like that. So that will be coming as well. I'll be doing some of that live and probably have giveaways as well. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So if you stick around and you watch my channel, um, I am having a very hard time doing my scheduled lives because of health reasons. So that's why I'm doing this impromptu because I feel good and today's the day. So when I feel better, that's when I'm going to stream. And I didn't see anybody else around, so it's like, all right. So there's my guy. He doesn't look exactly like him, but it is similar. And then we might put this guy right above the November. Let's see, I am using pen. It doesn't matter. It's just like when you're sketching around your ATCs and you're doing your scribbly lines. You just go with it. You go with the flow because your stitches will cover some of the lines, but if the other ones show through, that's just fine. We're not here to do perfection. I'm imperfectly perfect. That's what I do. Perfectly imperfect stitching. That's how life goes. So, and if anybody ever wants to join me when I'm live, I would gladly send you a link if you want to come on. I'm all right with that. You're more than welcome. I like having people come on with me. So, this guy almost looks like a tomato. It's supposed to be a pumpkin. So, perfection is boring. That's so true. I don't do perfection. So now we need some leaves. Leaves. And like I said, I'm following the card, kind of. Not to a T, but you can do the same thing. Anything you do in paper, you can do in fabric. Pretty much anything. If you put your mind down to it, you can do an ad. So this is my little, and I should add, because it is fall, a little tree back here. And this will get stitched. I like doing trees. And maybe put a moon. Now I do keep my edges because it is a new moon last night. So that works out great. October, November, new moon. A sketch of a tree, the little guys, and I think I'm going to start. Yeah, what am I going to start with? What colors do I have? Let's just see here. Come on, open up the drawer. Oh, I've been collecting a lot of stuff to stitch with, and I just need to get to it. Let's see. Now do we have a mix of color? Because I want to use randomness when I do this guy. And close that. Now I have this. And oh, my hands don't want to work. Oh, perfect color, perfect color. So this is a Sharpie S note, and they work beautifully on fabric. And this is going to give a very nice background. So basically what you see me doing is I'm arting in another kind of way. It is stitch. I will be stitching it, but I do my background work first, and then I move on to my stitching. So I won't bore you with the total art stuff unless you really want to see it, and just move on to the stitching part after I color him in. Because this just takes away the, so you don't have to do a satin stitch and use a lot of stitching. This way, I can hide the background more and do my accent stitching, which is what I've really been liking to do. Even though I do the other stuff, I will be doing some of my silk embroidery because I have a project in mind that I want to do in amongst everything else. So we do get sidetracked because I haven't been here for so long. It seems like forever that I haven't been able to see everybody, and let's see, I need a green, but I want to test this green to see exactly what color it is. Let's just do it up here. Oh, that's a good color. That's a good color. Yes, these work really great. I use them in my journals and I use them on my fabric. Now, what color do I want his eyes? There's a black there, but I might. Do I have a black handy? I do. If they work. My pens are so old, just as old as me. Are they? They're just a Sharpie S note. Um, they're just a regular Sharpie marker. I'm not planning on washing my scroll, so let's see. Is it going to work? Nope. This one's. I have to go through all my markers. My markers are all so old, and they are ready to die. Do I have anybody who's willing to work with me? Forgot to color in his part of his eye there. Now you could go and you could outline. You could outline. Hi, Quilt Squirrel. It's nice to see you too. I'm getting there. I am slowly working my way back into getting things done. Like I said to everybody, please do hit that notifications if you haven't for all, because I will be doing more impromptus and I will be scheduled. So I do appreciate you all stopping in. I'm just building myself back up. I used to have another channel and I deleted it for many reasons. Um, and had over 1,000. So this channel is basically starting over again. So I do appreciate, um, you subscribing and hitting that like button, hitting the thumb. All of those little things help put the algorithm to say, "Hey, check this out. This is too fine for doing this tip, but it's gonna work because it's it's just working. It's the marker that's not dried out." And I will accent his teeth with the white. I will fill in the teeth so they are a little bit more prominent and standy outy. What did I do with that orange? Oh, here. Gotta do this part. All right. Let's just run that over that just to help fill in. That looks good. Guess what? Pit pens work good. I don't own any pit pens. I don't own any pit pens. My daughter-in-law got me these, so I used them. All right, now this is the guy. He looks awesome already. He's close, but we're gonna make him 3D, 2D, 3D. I'm not sure what it is, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. I got a needle. Now, I kind of like this. I kind of like this because he's all different colors. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some of this and I'm going to pull some of this. Put these up out of the way. And I will take, I think I'm going to use 3 strands. So I'm going to pull 2 from the darker color. Yes, I will outline him with black. I will definitely outline him with the thread. So I've got 2 of the dark, and I'm going to do 1 of the lighter orange and put them all together. You know, when you pull out your strands of thread singly, they lay better together. Put googly eyes on him. That's such a good idea if I had some, but I don't. So let's just thread this needle up. Get these all the same length. I can still thread a needle. So, anyways, let's see. Let's move him off to the side because I want him in the picture, but I don't want him lost. So what I'm going to start doing is I think a split stitch and just come down and do random stitches just to make him look cool. And I'm not using a hoop because most of you know I don't. I don't. No, no googly eyes. So I'm trying to do this so we're in the light. So let's bring this light over here. All right. My needle's a little bit big for this, but that's all right. So now when I do the split stitch, I just go back in like it says and split the stitch. You can make them any length you want. And just go for it. I see my black is running into into the orange a little, but that's all right. It makes him look even creepier. Just go with the flow. Just let it talk to you. Just like when you're doing your art and you're not sure what you want to do next, and all of a sudden this color mingles with that color, and it's like, all right, if that's the way it's going to be, that's what we'll do. You could do long and short stitch with this as well if you really wanted to. I'm just going to go down and fill this in. The back, well, the back looks better than the front actually. So what has everybody else been up to? I've been rearranging my room, got rid of some furniture out of here because I want to make it a little bit more minimalistic and able to work with my stuff and not have to struggle to find everything is what I'm working on. So I rearranged my stuff on my shelves and what else did I do? I got all my stitching stuff on one bookcase. Um, a lot of my mixed media on the other bookcase. All my books are on the other side of the room. You're working well, still a little under the weather. Is your back still bothering you? And let's see, what else did I do? I got my sewing machine out so I could do a little bit of sewing. And I got my silhouette out because I want to create some vinyl decals and stuff for cars and art and journals because I have some marine grade vinyl that is good for outside. So I want to work on that a little bit. All right, Kathy, sounds good. Yes, I sit in the balcony a lot. You may not see me in your chats all the time. I am I am not one of the chatty people except when I'm streaming. So this is the most I talk, and then sometimes even this is a little rough. Oh, Lisa, what's going on down in the dumps? You need some lifting up. We all have those days, believe me. We all have those days. Sometimes it just gets a little overwhelming, but you know what? We do the best we can and we move on from there. Nobody can nobody can tell you not to be in the dumps, but we all do. Oh, that's good. That's good, April. I, for one, know exactly what being in the dumps is down in the dumps is like. Believe me. I don't know if this lighting is doing very much there. sometimes when that happens for me, I end up getting very quiet and just don't do anything. And I'm not going to be streaming for very long. Probably, probably just for another little bit because I can already hear my voice going, and this happens every time I talk. I end up losing my voice, so that's another reason why lives aren't as often, which is kind of strange because I'm not sure why that happens. Well, nobody's figured it out why. I've been to like, 15,000 doctors, and it's like, oh my God. They don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. So, but yeah, this is looking pretty good. This stitch. It's a different color than the background, but that's all right. I just want it to give a little essence of the top coming down, and I'll have it sparse, and then I'll work the bottom up so it gives it that look of encasement. Yeah, me too. And then you don't even do your art, and it just makes it really hard. So this one I'll make go down a little bit. Even if you go over your black lines, it doesn't matter because it will be hidden when you come back. And Lisa, I'm sorry to hear that. Sending big hugs for you. Yeah, my brother passed away about a year ago too. I'm next to the youngest. I have four brothers. The oldest just passed, and I have one brother that's younger than me. And he just started a YouTube channel. DJ's in the back. He does a lot of singing on his channel. I have a link posted on my post somewhere. Sometimes I just play his playlists because it's all the songs, and just enjoy the music while I'm arting. And sometimes I listen to audio books. Right now, I'm listening to Dan Brown's Angels and Demons, and then I'm going to go to the next one because the new book just came out. So, as a refresher, I'm re-listening to the first books I read. So I like to do that as well. Sometimes it's just nice just to put a book on and let it go and just sit and just slop paint or just randomly glue whatever into a book with no rhyme or reason, just put stickers in. Or and that's where that other book came about, is because I was in that transition period and I didn't have any mojo or anything like that. So it's like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I just randomly started putting stickers, and I had sticker books, and I didn't know what to do with some of the stickers in the sticker books. So I sorted them by genre, so to speak. And I just started sticking them in, and then I thought, I have these quill labels. Let's just, oh, thanks, April. Yeah, that's Eddie. That's my little brother. But I put his playlists on and just listen to, because he just uploads some of his favorite songs, and sometimes he sings. He actually does a show where he'll even take requests and different things like that. I don't have any sisters. I consider all you ladies my sisters. It's coming along. Look, 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 look. That doesn't look bad. It might have been better with the long and short stitch, but yeah, I have all brothers, four brothers. Yeah, he just started. My second oldest brother, he used to do Elvis imitations. Yeah, I had to learn to fight and play, and we played Army and GI Joe, and it was very tomboyish. But yeah, my second oldest, he did Elvis imitations, and he would go to the nursing homes and different things like that, and do shows, which was really cool. And let's see what else we used to do. Oh, we used to play basketball out in the yard, put models together. My third oldest brother, he was more into sports and cars, and he enjoyed doing uh, putting those models together of all the, like, the singers. They had all kinds of, way back when they had all kinds of special buggies and different things like that, and he would put all the cars together. The other thing we would do is we had bricks. They weren't actually Legos, but they were white bricks, and they had clear bricks for windows. And we used to take, and all the car parts, we would sort, and we'd make a garage. And then we would put all the car parts in the rooms and the tires. And then we would start building models. So, and then afterwards, it's like, okay, I played your car games. Now you guys get to play Barbies with me. It's like, oh my God. But my youngest brother, he was really good, because he was younger than me. He would play Barbies with me, but the older ones didn't want to play Barbies. So he got the nomination of, okay. And then we would take cardboard boxes, and we would stack them, and into double layers, and cut doors into them. We'd tape them together, and we'd put the doors and windows, and I had Barbie furniture, and my mom would make me plastic canvas Barbie furniture. And actually my daughter actually has all of my Barbie stuff like that. Sounds like somebody's upstairs. I have to check and see what's going on, because the dogs just ran up like crazy. It might have been a delivery, because when that happens, yes, it was a delivery. Um, they bark and get all riled because, Oh my God. Somebody's on the porch and they're bringing a package. Yep. Hold on. I'll be right back. They rang the doorbell. Alrighty. Back up the steps. Sorry about that. I had a sign for a package. Oh my God. All right. Wheezing. Time for an inhaler. That's rough. All right. Here's what we're looking at. There's where we are so far. He doesn't look too bad. He's going to look a lot better once I get the eyes, everything outlined but sorry. Whew. So I ran out of thread, so now I got to do some more. And I won't do the green until after, because I want it to come down over the orange. I want it to layer up. I will do that. I will have some tea. Oh, goodness. My daughter-in-law had a box from Michael's delivered. You know, Michael's is dangerous. They must be having a yarn sale, because that's usually when she buys from Michael's. It's usually yarn. So now again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull 2 of my darker yarn, the thinking yarn, darker threads, and 1 of the lighter, so it continuously matches. And I will take the dark end and put it to the light end of the other ones. And I will continue on doing this. And when I finish this, I will post onto my community post, so you can see what it's looking like as I go. And I will also post on my Facebook. And sometimes I post in groups. I don't usually post too much in chats because I don't know if we're supposed to post in chats or not, so I don't. And I will complete this, and I won't bore you with finishing up the rest of this. So I will be back with that and finish that up. In the process of finishing up cleaning my room. So you do the orange, then the green, then the outline? Yes. And the teeth. I will do the teeth first because I want the outline to stand over everything to show up, because if I would have stitched my orange after, it would have hid my dark line unless I stitched just on the outside. But I want it to kind of show up a little bit more, but I'll also use a thinner thinner thread. So I want to thank everybody for showing up today. I really appreciate everybody. And I will be once I get the orange finished up, I'll come back and I'll do another either a video or a live and show you the next step of the green and then with the black so you can see. And if you're following along, please post on my community tab. I love to see what you're doing. Like I said, I'm just getting back into being more active and everything. So I appreciate the feedback and I will see you all again from my quiet corner to yours. Happy stitching. Come on. I gotta get off the live. Bye, everybody.